Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Devil May Cry 4, where today we return the Conqueror of the Fire Hell back to his domain. And I was gonna say, that's about it, right? Like, the Fire Hell guy was the end of the first mission for Nero. So once we do this, we're like all the way back at the start of the game. We are as far back as it is possible to get. Although this certainly isn't exactly the area where we did that.
As if I didn't have enough obstacles already.
Poisonous gas permeates the air. Must escape before your life is drained. I didn't realize that I breathed. Do demons need to breathe? Is that like a critical thing? I was probably supposed to hold off on that green orb, huh? Okay, I do remember this. I do remember these things and these hallways vaguely. Okay, well I dealt some damage, I think. This is probably best off as a sword fight. It's actually pretty hard to hit them at all, though. They're very dedicated to not actually coming close to me. There we go. Managed to pin one against the wall. Oh, that's really frustrating. That the me tapping would lock onto the one that was far away from me instead of the one that was right underneath me. One down. Oh, great work, camera. Thank you. Okay, I think I teleported one of them outside of the level. Right, down. Oh right, I forgot I have this ridiculous thing equipped. Not the fastest firing range weapon. This is supposed to be lock on camera, by the way. Apparently right now I am locked onto this enemy. Man, that didn't make any contact. And I can't convince Dante to lead the enemy slightly. Alright, his skin is our only hope, I guess. I was pretty far away from the enemy coming up notification there. You're being such an asshole. I mean, these guys are great as enemies that are keeping you in a place to suffer while poisonous gas slowly kills you. Yeah, he's not actually aiming at the enemy with this weapon either, interestingly. It does seem like I'm still shooting at like where they were. Should really have been blocking this whole time. Okay, that attack stopped blocking, it turns out. I can't. Even when he comes up in the air right next to me, Dante will not face the correct direction. All right, well, I'm gonna... Wow, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, well, I'm definitely dead anyway, but that green orb was apparently a really, really large one. Oh, no. So, we haven't had to fight these guys as daunting yet. Without the quick solution of, you know, just grabbing them, they're certainly a little more dangerous. All right, every single one of them is dropping green orbs though, which is fantastic. It definitely does seem like he is preferring whichever one is furthest away when we target. For example. Okay, if I retarget and there's a downed one nearby, he will at least look at that. Okay. That is certainly a way of playing the game. So we came in over there, then we need to leave this way, I guess. This is a boss room. Although maybe we'll be able to get through the window after we engage in whatever nonsense we're about to have to engage in here. These things are annoying, but in another sense, it might be wise to not focus entirely on them, just because of the fact that they drop so much health when they die. You know, leaving one or two of them alive so that we can work them after we have fought the knights a bit. Give me a little bit of an edge. Wow. I'm very pleased with that parry, and I think they ran into each other is how it seems like three of them died simultaneously. I was not expecting the poison gas effect to be terribly powerful, because, you know, dying over and over again from breathing just not like, it's not a very exciting mechanic. It's not really a Devil May Cry kind of vibe. So I figured we'd be okay on that front. But I am a little surprised, even so, how easy it has been to get health back, like how incredibly generous they have been with the green orbs. Like, I don't know if I even want to grab this because we're at so much health. I think I'm just gonna leave that green orb where it is in case we come back through here later and need it more, because we're like really in pretty alright shape. I will say I do not have any idea where it is that we are going. Huh. Oh, I'm just trying to hit this barrel. Okay, there we go. Do I think that I could... Yeah. Do the stinger off of the ledge. It carries you with a pretty significant amount of momentum. I was actually expecting that I would have to double jump for it at least. who is around that is still willing to fight Dante? Like, I know they have their like religious order or whatever, and that complicates things. But even so, it seems like seems terribly, terribly foolish, doesn't it? Yeah, being able to dive kick those dudes out of the air like that is actually like, incredibly satisfying. Okay, so there's still all this stuff going on. There's a secret level here. I want to say that this feels to me like one we didn't do before. I might be wrong about that. I mean, like, I'm sorry. I meant not didn't do, but specifically I meant oh, to leave the room is to fail. They're all in that room, okay? But attempted and failed, and I don't remember this at all, so it's making me think more that I just did not attempt it. $99 hidden orbs without leaving the room. 99 feels like a lot, yes? There's no furniture to smash. Yeah, I'm assuming I can't kill that thing. That exists to get us up onto the second floor, at least theoretically. Although we could also probably do it off of the destroyed chandelier. Oh, I managed to fall right through that. I was trying to land on that thing. What about the stationary one? Okay, the stationary one has collision. Weird that the other one doesn't. If we stand here, try to get the camera to rotate around behind me. Doesn't give us quite the distance we would need. And obviously, without being able to interact with these things at all. Are they hidden back here? Okay, well, here's some furniture, but not destructible furniture. And I'm assuming, yeah, using any door fails you. I'm wondering if it's like a single cache of 99 orbs somewhere or something, but I don't know. In any case, it doesn't seem very interesting to pursue, so I'm going to stop trying. Huh, just a weird blue light. I came over here because I thought I was seeing a portion of a blue orb slice. But nope, just some weird blue lights. I can't even tell what's happening. The middle of the screen is all filled with smoke. Okay, probably would be best to not be changing targets so much. Things are dropping health on deaths, you know. It behooves us to finish the job with them as best we can. Boy, it's really hard to get the second part of that with the jump attack to connect. We saw it work on some enemies, so I know it does. Yeah, I should have done the drop kick and then immediately gone into guard. That's an error on my part for sure. You wanna come down here and maybe play the game a little bit? Ah, the cowardice. Okay. Not flashy, not high combo fighting, but whatever. It's getting the job done. Hooray! It is no longer painful to breathe. I wonder what that's like. Well, I have some people who have been around the channel a long time have heard me complain about this stuff before, but I have some pretty not great, chronic respiratory stuff, and certainly I am not the one getting the worst of it. But ever since the Canadian wildfires have started, it has been. I live in the U.S., but far enough north that our air is all fucked up, and it's been a fun time. Hey, look where we are. Okay. Camera relative movement means you can't suddenly move the camera to the other side of the character. Alright, by eliminating its source, the magical barrier of ice has been melted. Hooray! We did in fact slay the ice frogs. Maybe leave the castle. I think I'm still banking. I'm gonna smash stuff for orbs. Swords, definitely the way to go. I think I'm still banking proud orbs for the top level of the style upgrade, and I think our next blue orb is gonna be like 45k red orbs or something like that, right? We got a ways to go before we need to go back to a statue. Okay, I see he brought some friends this time. Okay, these things do not have very much health. That worked out pretty well. I would love to say that it was all the plan, but I just kind of got stuck in an attack animation, and it happened to terminate at the right moment. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the orbs, I thought for a second I had one-shotted him with the briefcase gun. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything else of value going on over here. So once we get back here and we defeat the rogue boss of Fire Hell or whatever, it's just back into that church from the beginning of the game, and that's it. And that place is already, like, very destroyed, as I remember it. And I think I am dealing damage with that jump up, at least some of the time, but it's not producing the obvious telltale signs of damage. I almost said the hit Foley, you know what I mean. Obviously not like Foley, but sound effects. That's what we call them in the industry. Ah, yes, where we first learned to be very frustrated by our devil hand. Could go back for that red orb, I am absolutely not going to.
You don't say. Wish you would have noticed me earlier. Now my coat's all charred.
No offense, dude, but that doesn't feel super likely. Okay, this gun is doing literally no visible damage. Yeah, be able to get a parry on that first attack and recover fast enough to block the second. Boy, nothing is working out for me as far as these parries go. Oh, okay. I thought for sure I was going to be safe there. I want to go ahead and change guns here. I thought that, like, his position all bent down like that, I really thought was a horizontal sweep kind of thing. Ow. Do I have any items? Because I would absolutely use one here. Oh, Star M is so much. But, like, do I want to do this a second time? You take a score penalty for using items, but you also take a score penalty for continuing, and I'm certainly not going to go back to the start of the level, so...
Surpass my abilities.
He just, like, misses with a huge percentage of his attacks.
Or you can walk your ugly ass back through that gate. It's your call, pal.
I've retreated once and will not do so again.
a letdown. I was hoping for a bit more than just a few sparks. Satisfied. You are set free.
I don't know how much I like that innuendo bit ending with "you are set free" because it makes it sound like
Just you and me, Mr. Savior.
makes it sound like the partner is perhaps not free to go until a hellish weapon capable of summoning an infinite number of exploding blades. I mean, that's pretty good. That seems like a pretty good thing to have. All right, while on the ground, press the attack button. There is no end to this endless assault of pure carnage. I love it when there's no end to a thing that's endless. You know, listen, I'm certainly known for engaging with things that are said to be endless that do in fact have ends. And I'm not trying to talk any shit here. But also, it's cool when they actually don't have an end. Okay. So that forward, that standing combo has a ton of travel. So wait, that's where we came in from, so we probably want to be going out. Down here. It does seem like we are just moving directly away from the big god statue thing, though. Just letting that be Nero's problem, I guess. I cannot believe that was an S-rank time. All right. So we got to fight that thing at some point. How are we going to connect the beginning of the game to that? Also, where exactly... this is what I want. How do I back? Yeah. No, I was trying to go forward. This video game sometimes, I tell you. I wasn't trying to back out to the screen. I was just trying to access the power-up menu. Anyway. I suppose regaining possession of Yamato is important. What I was trying to do is just check our styles. Like, what is it? So the style level up to maximum is in the neighborhood of like 6K. All right. While we're here... We haven't actually looked at the upgrades for... Move the stick in any combination of left or right 3 times to transform into a bazooka. After executing Hatred, spin twice in any direction. Like do a 720. Transforms it into a laser cannon. Make foes a distant memory. You know, honestly... Maybe we'll just buy these, because I do kind of want to see if this gun gets interesting. Alright, I can execute a 360 pretty well on... I play Tekken entirely on keyboard, And I main king, so I'm very used to those kinds of motions. And then our Lucifer here. Throw multiple swords and position them in the air in front of you is the forward attack. Well, I would love to be able to buy that too, but we can't quite afford it. So, let us push on. Okay, obviously this one is for what's his face? Because the old man inside of the demon god thing has Yamato, right? Why did I decide running all the way back here was the way to regain access to Yamato? Well, I got the transformation to start at least. Okay, that's interesting. There's like a... Yeah, I can like pull them around once they have some sticks in them. I don't know how I feel about this weapon. The other thing has to be done after you transform it, right? But that's rough because that's not even like... You can't even kind of see what's happening there. I need to do that in the corner in a place where I'm going to be able to maintain vision. You really just have the one move with this weapon. Okay, camera, play along, please. I knew that thing was close. I just say, as much as I am enjoying this sort of like what I'll call the creative designs of these new weapons, I am finding myself a little underwhelmed by their visual design, and even in action, I don't know that I think they look that cool. I also think in practice this this devil thing doesn't really strike me as either as fun to use or as actually effective as the gauntlets. Okay, you know, this guy might be a good time to try to practice with this thing. Unfortunately, once you've started holding J, you are committed to a firing direction. So I guess it's really important that you be able to execute the whole string quickly. Also, it's wild that he won't even fire upward. But it feels like they just miss some very large percentage of their attacks. It kind of feels like all of the enemies do. which I guess does somewhat diminish the value of the parrying style, because a lot of the time you whiff your parry through no fault of your own. So you try to parry a thing that was never going to be parryable. At least there's no penalty for attempting a parry and you know, not catching anything with it in this game, as there have been in some other things we played recently. Anything going on around here? Kind of hoping that we can use like individual powerful ranged attacks to break the cloaks in these things more quickly. But I don't actually know for sure if that's going to work. Okay, see, against this enemy he was willing to aim upward. Also, you're probably supposed to be, like, in situations like this, especially crowd-heavy situations, more freely switching between weapons than I am. But I have to say, sticking the needle weapon into my melee rotation is kind of not great. Kind of makes me not want to rotate through, you know? Because it does feel so much weaker than the other weapons. Where are you going? Okay, I think we got him. Okay, I think I saw one. Yeah. Don't you run away. So yeah, it looks like a couple of rocket hits is all it takes. But of course, you're gonna have to make sure you're actually hitting the enemy. That's very encouraging, though. That's definitely a reason to keep this equipped. Sure looks like a trail of red orbs designed to lead me to a greater treasure. But I wonder if that greater treasure was a blue orb fragment that can only be collected once, and that we got, you know, the first time we came through this area. Here in the business district, have you no shame? Think of the impact your shenanigans are going to have on the local economy. Okay, I mean, the rocket attack actually does do, like, when you have the opportunity to just, like, sit back and watch it so you can see. It actually does do a pretty decent amount of damage. Yeah, and that's pretty good when you can do it in a place where it's going to hit a bunch of people. It seems a lot harder than I would like to hit people with much of the wait for the blade. All right, I managed to not take the falling blade directly to my face. God, these things are everywhere. I was really planning on just stepping back away from the mass there, and delivering a couple more laser shots. These guys have made this much, much more difficult. Alright, the combo meter likes the multi-hits for sure. It doesn't like me leaping directly into a fireball quite as much. Now I noticed that the disaster meter on our gun is full. I don't exactly know what to expect from that. Let's find out. By itself, nothing. I wonder if there's a special transformation that only works when you have the meter full. But if there is, they forgot to tell us what it would be. Okay, overall I feel pretty good about that, and the laser contributed hugely. And I did fully forget about the what do you call it there? The falling blade. I just got lucky. Okay. Who knows? Maybe we'll even complete one more from fragments before the end of the game. So, there are a lot of doors here that are marked enterable. Definitely some weird stuff happening in the sky above us. We don't have the camera control to actually look at what that is, though. Oh, it fell over there. Okay. I almost got him. Well, he's low enough on health that, yeah, the rocket will probably just kill him then. Look at this cowardice. Alright, it is going to be very difficult to control my positioning here. I can't believe he flew into a position that made that rocket still make contact. Can't manage to land a hit on anything. They all only have one target. There we go, that counts as hitting something. Alright, that counts. I'll take accidentally kicking the shit out of this knight. We're actually getting pretty close to killing this thing. Alright. One down, maybe now I can achieve a little bit of focus. I appreciate that the knight blocked right up until my kick was charged and then released the block. Ah, give it. Yeah, the other downside of trying to do destruction combos is that it puts you in there's a real long amount of time there where you're definitely not blocking anything. So close. There we go. I hate those things. Hate them very, very much. I probably should have... I never remember to use Devil Trigger. I should have Devil Triggered when he hit the ground. I probably could have done that in one cycle. Alright, well now I'm all fucked up and I could really use some HP. Do I want it bad enough to buy some? Probably not, but how close am I to the next blue orb? Oh, it's 50k. Damn. Okay. This is gonna be a minute. And we're at 2 fragments.
It was my assumption that those demons would prove far inferior in the face of your tactics.
You summon and kill. Summon and kill. I fail to see the logic here. Said it. The price to pay for power?
Humans. They are but stubborn and foolish. It takes a journey to hell for them to accept and praise their god. A fact that tickles Irony's judgment.
Ha! And your judgments interest me not. For I'm here to reclaim what is rightfully mine.
That is what you seek. And that is why I wait in your power.
You will fumble the proposition of my quest. Though I encourage for an opportunity to battle a being of such grand delusion as you is a sweet
No, no, just not good at all. No part of it. Alright, let's try to remember that he has the life drinky grab. Try not to be caught doing long animations at the bad moment. Okay. Not really very damaging. I mean, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and accept that this first attempt is lost. We'll do our best, but like, obviously he has a pretty sizable advantage here, considering my starting HP. They're giving me lots of double gauge, I think is what the white ones are. So I should probably be using it. Ah, it's inconvenient. Why would you shoot that way? What is this? Wow. He stole my goldness. Ow. Well. I mean, I guess I could be shooting at him, but like the damage value of that's pretty cool. Okay, I mean, we got a lot of work done. It does feel like this is just going to be like a really annoying fight in terms of length, at the very least. Yeah, we'll just take it from the checkpoint. I'm wondering if I might be better off with the sword. Because of the amount of time he spends in the air, it's much easier to do aerial combos with the sword. Nope. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting a lot of Royal Guard here, so. Okay, I think that's the life gain grab, probably. It takes a long time for them to actually die and drop the white orbs, unfortunately. To get out of way. Oh, what an extremely annoying additional enemy for him to summon. Alright, thanks for the orbs. I can really burn my my devil gauge very quickly by just doing those super stingers. No, go forward. He's really not very tough.
How can there be such a difference between us?
You surrendered your humanity. It's that simple.
But you are not human. So why am I inferior?
You assume humans are weak. Okay, yeah, their bodies lack the physical ability of a demon. But humans possess something that demons don't.
What? What is it that demons lack?
Pancreas.
Please, for the sake of my research, please.
Turns out to be really important.
No, 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 oh, no, 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 no.
If you're gonna continue your research in the next world,
No, 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 no.
do your homework first.
The research is Dante. The research is the. What do you? These characters and their plot are so insipid
Is silence.
that they have even made my man Dante desperately uncool, but like in the actually uncool way. There's no escaping it. If you are rolling around in this game, it's just getting all over you. Oh, right, because they didn't hold on to the Yamato. They stuck it in their magic lava pool, which for whatever reason did the thing that it did. But didn't we see the old man wielding a version of this sticking out of the demon, the god thing after? Maybe not. I don't know. Really? That seems like an odd moment to cut it. Because it seemed very obvious that the place was about to start like shaking itself down around him, right? Or at least I think that was the implication. Okay, we might still be able to get a maximum style upgrade before the end of the game, which is at this point it could be any moment really. So that was mission 17. Yeah, it can't be too much longer, both for plot reasons and also for I just can't imagine them giving us too many more weapons. If they're not going to go to the Devil May Cry 3 system of having us pick a couple, I can't imagine they're not going to give us a fourth gun and a fourth melee weapon and have us live switching through all of that, right? So I feel like we've reached the end of our mechanical arc. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we've now got Yamato, which I didn't particularly feel we needed. I guess we did just pick up a fourth melee weapon. Never mind that thing I was just saying. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. We picked up our Yamato, and hopefully now all that's left is to go kill a god. If we were Nero, I would be worried. Dante can handle it. So come back next time for that. And we'll see you then.